pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Nerf Secrets Revealed. So, this is 3 of 4, and I feel like I'm starting to get really used to how well this setup is going right now for this basic part of the season itself. Of course, I'm pretty much just passing on with the bare basics, and I will eventually move on to exceptional movements, but here in part 3, I'm probably just going to talk about a little something that I feel like is still unknown at this point, but of course, these 4 parts that I'm putting together are specifically tying in to Nerf Secrets Revealed Bolts of Intrigue, a feature film that I had released on August 15th. So, here on part 3, I'm going to, well, I guess, go over the so-called threat that had appeared in front of me. At a certain point in time during the film, you would have heard a series of monstrous growls, noises, and the likes of which that are pretty terrifying, along with, well, villainous laughters that you could also hear. They're both pretty audible, so of course it would make sense that, well, you would have seen my reaction to it. Not with my, well, eyes, because they were covered with sunglasses, just like I am now, but you would have seen me back up slightly, sort of shocked that I just could not have any sense made to what I was currently seeing at the time. But for now, though, I'm just simply going to talk about how the so-called threats seem to have come to be. Because if you've seen the movie itself, then it's just simply said in the plot point in the description box below, if you've actually seen the film or read the plot itself, that the so-called threat that had appeared in front of me within 75 yards of my position, of which that I could hear the monstrous growls and the like in the actual film itself, along with the laughter, it's currently unknown where they originally came from. A lot of stuff seems to be unknown about its origin, but of course, since I do plan on releasing a sequel within the next year or so, I mean, it's way too early to pretty much just be giving out a lot of different context and clues about what's to come in the so-called sequel to something that's not even out yet. And to something that hasn't even been made into its own trailer, I suppose it's probably something that I can wait on, but I guess there's just not much else I can talk about the film itself. But I still got another part to the whole thing itself about the film. So I guess what I can do right now is that for the rest of this part here, is that I can just simply talk about some other points in the film that I do appreciate. One, of course, being the fact that, well, I had actually gotten myself to creating a really good piece of work like this in only under a few weeks. And that's simply because of the point that, well, in total, I had spent up to 9 hours of filming, editing, processing, exporting, and uploading the film itself. 9 hours it took for me to do this whole thing. And that is about a third of a day, just over a third of a day. So, I mean, the whole thing itself was just pretty awesome when you think about it. It was somewhat simple to make because of my extreme-ish editing skills, as well as the fact that, well, of course, even though there's actually no current viewership that's growing on the film itself, I can't really blame anybody for just not looking up a certain feature film of mine that I released onto my channel itself. But who am I to complain? I mean, it does take time for people to come around and see certain things around here. Of course, well, I'm probably not going to tie in that much, but I still feel like that for Nerf Secrets Revealed itself, I had actually talked about the idea of creating 2 theme songs for the franchise itself. But you know what? So far, that has not really come around to play very well. And I can't really say too much about the whole thing, but I guess for right now, it's safe to say that I currently have not made anything of that sort because of, well, it just has been a little while since I actually uploaded a song the last time. And Never Trust Authority was the last ever single that I had uploaded to my channel. And I currently don't really have that much of plans to create any more music from this point on. probably another extended play album, because it has been not even a year since the last time I created and, well, uploaded an extended play album onto the internet just like that. So, of course, the plans for something like that may not, well, be abandoned at some point, but so right now 2 theme songs are gonna have to be put in the works. That's just my plan about it, I guess, for the remainder of this year. And of course, there's also that last part to Nerf Secrets Revealed here, where I'm wearing this orange shirt and these red shorts, and I'm just discussing certain parts on the film Nerf Secrets Revealed Bolts of Intrigue. But since I got another part, I just actually got a few brainstorms in my mind that would allow me to, well, talk about another few parts to the film itself that I probably will save for the next part, and also the last part to this quadrilogy of, well, episodes that tie into the film Nerf Secrets Revealed Bolts of Intrigue. But after today, after all 4 parts are uploaded, it's pretty much unknown what I'll be doing after that. So I guess it'll be up to you guys to probably help me out on that part, but of course the Invisibullets segment had been covered. The summoning bolts had been covered. Wait. Now I'm on to the third subject, which I had actually discussed earlier in this video itself. Third part, of course, relates to mostly about the threat that's encountered at the very end of the film itself. And of course, if there ever will be a sequel release, which I know I will end up going through with a sequel for it, there will be a lot of other things that I will talk about in part 4. So, part 4, there will just be a few other, I guess, add-ons to the series itself that I will actually tie into the film itself. Because there has been a lot of things that I just wanted to go ahead and talk about, but I just don't have that much time to put together, so if you're wanting to see part 4, and if you're wanting to see more go down on my channel, make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.